It's definitely something that I wish I would have thought of straight out of high school.
This is definitely the place to be.
Well, when I was thinking about what school to go to and what I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to get into the automotive industry. I've always been passionate about vehicles. So I looked around at different options. At that time, there weren't as many private schools as there are now. But the ones that were around were very far, very expensive. So CRC was really the best option as far as something local, something reasonable in price. And I've always been partial to Ford, so the Ford Asset Program was just a perfect fit.
You can come to a community college and take classes across a wide variety of subject matters, and it doesn't feel as if you're spending an exorbitant amount of money doing so, because you're not. It's a reasonable price, and you still have the same level of curriculum, the same level of rigor as you would at a four-year university.
I didn't want to go straight to a four-year. It was just way too expensive, so I decided that I would take my education to Cosumnes River College.
Going to community college, I figured I didn't have to know my life goals right away, that I could kind of play around with some ideas on what makes me happy, because I want to be able to take my time and go through any classes I want to try.
For most people, it's very hard to figure out what you want to do early on in your career path. And it generally takes a few years, even if it's something you've wanted to do since you were a small child. Many people won't realize that it's actually their dream until they have a chance to work in the industry or take additional classes in it or try something new.
I didn't really think about it in high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was after I was out of high school that I saw some firefighters one day mopping up a fire, and I thought, hey, that looks pretty cool. I'll maybe look into that. So I started taking EMT classes and fell into the internship and got hired on.
I found the EMT program at CRC, and I've always loved just having my hands on things, so I decided to try it out, and I'm good at it. So I heard about the fire internship, and ever since then it was like a light went off on my head and nothing crazy happened. I just found my passion overnight.
The thing I love the most about this program is the hands-on. I'm not a big fan of reading a textbook. If you tell me how something works and then show me how something works, it sticks in my mind a lot better.
I feel that this program is actually really great just to be there and actually do it for ourselves.
In the program, they are doing vitals on each other. They give each other injections. They do finger punctures on each other. So they actually get to feel what it's like to be a patient, as well as practice those practical skills. The Pharmacy Tech program prepares students in a 2-year degree for pharmacy technology. They can go out, they actually do rotations in both an inpatient setting and the retail setting, so they learn both sides of pharmacy technology.
That hands-on experience and that practice that comes with being in front of the screen and being with the technology, I think as an instructor is one of the most important elements of what we do here at CRC.
It is actually quite amazing how much you can learn. Working with editing systems and cameras and switchboards and audio equipment, all kinds of things. So there are definitely many opportunities. They even have online courses that you could take. So it's endless the ways that you can learn at the community colleges today.
Our shop's really great because we have a lot of new equipment. We have a lot of brand new Lincoln electric equipment. MIG, TIG, stick welders. We have Miller electric welders too. And we have pretty much every single process you can think of. As opposed to a welding shop in a high school, they're really limited to what they're funded with. We have a machine for everybody here who's in the class. Everything's what's up to date and current in the industry.
The facilities and everything here that we have available to us is state of the art. It's the best of the best.
This is the only academy with, for example, a swiftwater rescue area, and we have a 5-story burn tower. The opportunity to be able to have all of those things and to be able to use them and utilize them to increase our skills and gain our knowledge is just absolutely wonderful.
We have a kennel on campus and that we have real veterinarians who are teaching us. It just makes it a better experience, and I feel like after 2 years when I'm out in the veterinary world, I'll be as prepared as I can be.
Our facility just got remodeled. It's a lot bigger. You have more stations to work in. You have 6 ovens, and then we're having our combi oven installed, which does wonders. We have a walk-in refrigerator and a walk-in freezer, and you have plenty of stations to work in. You have plenty of mixers, plenty of equipment that from our caterings that we do, all that money that our teacher raises, she buys us catering stuff or mixers or brand new toys that we like to enjoy.
The facility here is really nice, definitely the nicest community college campus I've ever been on, and it's very welcoming, and the equipment here is definitely high tech. They have computer drafting, they have all of the up-to-date technology needed for the major, and so that's really helpful.
They have a full studio set up with multiple cameras. They have a full light board set up, a full control room with directors, technical directors, character generators. Not to mention it's a beautiful campus. They're making renovations all the time. I know there's a lot of construction going on right now because they're just constantly trying to improve the campus to just make it better for their students.
What I love about CRC is the resources they have on campus. The counselors, the professors are very helpful, and they're there to help you with anything that you need.
Well, one of the benefits of being at a community college is that our instructors generally will come from industry, which is a very, very positive background because there you have the real-world experience combining with the academic expertise. All of us have at least a master's degree in the subject matter in which we teach. Lastly, many of our part-timers will still be working in the industry, which gives students an opportunity to really get an instant feedback on what the industry is looking for and what is going to make them successful when they decide to try to get employment.
Well, when I interviewed for architecture, I am an architect, I practiced architecture, and so it's important that we bring that into the classroom. Our main focus is to teach and get people prepared to either transfer or go into the real world.
I really appreciate the encouragement that instructor gives to me because there's been so many times that I've just felt like I can't do it, and he's really encouraged me to just keep going and pursuing my dreams, and he helps. If you just need help, if you ask the question, he'll definitely sit down and give you one-on-one time and teach you exactly what it is that you're asking.
The thing I like most about helping the students in the booths is because I get to take skills that I learned in the class myself and things that are real-world career-type tasks. It feels good when I go in there and show them exactly how I would do it and how I was taught to do it, and then watch them apply it and turn out a quality weld.
The main instructor is a certified welding inspector, so you can get your AWS certs right from this program. You can really get somewhere. I just remember, like from last week, we had these projects. I was getting all frustrated, and my TA came in and showed me this new little technique, and I literally screamed out loud when I saw the weld bead afterward. And you know, I didn't even get the project done that day, but you know, I really learned something, and that's what I'm here for.
My instructor, he pushed me towards a internship with a local radio station, and that has turned into an actual job offer from another radio station. But without him, I wouldn't have been able to make it because he's shown me the right way to go and all the steps to take.
I also do an internship with a local news station. They were very impressed by all my skills, and I just told them I learned this all at school because what you guys are doing is what I do on a regular basis.
Once they get into the internship, each student would work a 24-hour shift once a week, and they alternate between working on a fire engine one week, and the next week they work on a 911 ambulance. They will do everything the other firefighters do in the station. They will go on emergency medical calls, they'll go on structural fire calls, vehicle accidents, and then from there, they will receive their State of California Firefighter 1 certificate. We're one of only 3 programs in California that offers that.
This is as good as it gets as far as internships are concerned. For the year and a half after we finish this first 6 months, we get to go into the stations. We work legitimate 24-hour shifts with all the crews. So, I mean, it doesn't get better, you know.
It's a team environment, so you all have to work together. You all really depend on each other, but at the same time, it's individual success. And I'm really, really proud of how hard they make us work and how hard I've worked to get to where I am.
I love this program because it's very quick. You get in and out in 2 years, you get a degree, you get certified in many areas by Ford. You actually go to the dealership, experience the lifestyle, experience the work, and you know whether it's for you or not.
Community college is a spectacular bargain. It's an amazing way to get really good one-on-one, hands-on experience. You get a lot more interaction with the faculty. You get a much smaller class size than in a four-year university, so you don't get as lost in the shuffle.
I think high school students will benefit from going to CRC because you don't have to break your bank. You can actually learn everything, and a lot of 4 years you don't get to touch as much equipment.
I would strongly recommend coming here to this school because it's a great experience, it's a lot of learning opportunities, and it's a fraction of the cost of what you're going to see at some bigger name schools, and you learn as much, if not more, from the instructors here in the smaller classes. You get a lot more one-on-one time, they're a lot more patient. I would definitely suggest going this route.
I would definitely recommend students to come to Cosumnes River College because it definitely prepares you for employment in the future or whatever you want to do with it, you know, just to learn the skills.
There's no program like that as far as the training you get, the amount of training you get, and the certifications, and instructors are awesome, and that's why I decided to join this program.
The thing that I'm going to leave with is actually the skills, the preparation, and the power to actually use it in the future.
If you're still under the idea that you're not quite sure what you want to do when you are a professional or what you would like to do for a living, then community colleges and programs that we offer are the best possible answer for you. You can really explore the world right in your own backyard.
I think the best advice I could give to someone that's not really sure what they want to do is follow your passion. If there's something that you're passionate about, I think success just kind of goes right along with that. And if it's something you're passionate about, you're going to follow through with it. So it's going to be easier to take those classes. It's going to be easier to find other people that you connect with. So I think if you just follow your passion, I think that's a huge component of being successful.